Okay, if you saw my video before this, should TNA do the King of the Mountain shit, or whatever, bring it back, I mentioned that my first wrestling tragedy video would be Randy Orton going AWOL. Eh. You're not getting it. You're getting it. I'll probably be number two unless somebody inboxes me one they'd like me to do instead of that, even though if I might already plan B new it. But, today in history, and in the year 1999, something quite honestly terrible happened, and really it needs to be addressed immediately. Today was a day that Owen Hart passed away. About today's 2012, 1999. Okay, so whopping 13 years ago. 13 years ago from today, Owen Hart passed away. I'm going to read this off of Wikipedia, because you guys know how much I love Wikipedia, but if you didn't know that, how Owen Hart died, this might be a little bit of a to you. You're not going to find it on YouTube either, I've already tried. That might be a little evil of me, but this was about a couple of years ago. I tried to find it, and I couldn't, so yeah. On May 23rd, 1999, Hart fell to his death in Kansas City, Missouri during the Over the Edge pay-per-view event. The thing I want to mention real fast, I might mention here, but the thing that irritates everybody till this day, when Owen Hart literally dropped, he fucking dropped, and pretty much from there you probably had an idea he was either going to die or be pretty much paralyzed forever. They didn't cancel the pay-per-view event. They said, the show must go on, brother. And yeah, that was stupid. But anyways, Hart was in the process of being lowered via harness and grapple line. If you're wondering why the hell that was happening, this was his blue blazer gimmick, which I'll explain here in a couple minutes, into the ring in the rafters of the Kemper Arena for a booked Intercontinental Championship match against the Godfather. In keeping with the Blazers' new buffoonish superhero character, that's what it quotes, he was beginning a dramatic entrance, being lowered to just about ring level, at which time he would act entangled, then release himself from the safety harness and fall flat on his face for a comedic effect. This necessitated that use of quick release mechanism. It was an elaboration on a blue blazer stunt down previously on the Sunday Night Heat before Survivor Series in 1998. Maybe you could find that one if you want an idea what was supposed to happen. Many suspected the harness was made for lowering small tools to carpenters, not for human beings. Hart fell 78 feet into the ring, landing chest first on the top rope, approximately a foot from the nearest turnbuckle, throwing him into the ring. Hart had performed the stunt only a couple of times before and was worried about the stunt at the Kemper Arena due to the height involved. Hart's wife Martha has suggested by moving around to get comfortable with both the harnesses and his cape on. Hart unintentionally triggered an early release. Television viewers at home did not see the incident or its aftermath. At the moment of the fall, a pre-tape vignette was being shown on the pay-per-view broadcast as well as the monitors in the darkened arena. While Hart has been worked on the medical personnel inside the ring, the live event broadcaster showed only the audience. Meanwhile, as WWE television announcer Jim Ross repeatedly told those watching live on pay-per-view, you can probably find this, that what had just transpired was not a wrestling angle or a storyline. You can find that on YouTube. And that Hart was hurtly bad. It's not scripted. Pretty much is what he's saying. In phasing the seriousness of the situation, Hart was transported to Trauma Medical Center in Kansas City, where several attempts to revive him were made until he died from his injuries. Some believe he died in the ring. I believe that by testing his systems, it was either after his death or during it, they believe that he did not die in the ring. Which, I mean, this you can think of this how you want, but it would have been better if Hart did die in the ring, because A, less pain, obviously, and B, let's face it, if he survived that fall, he'd be having troubles. He probably wouldn't even be able to wrestle again, and he's a Hart. He loves wrestling, so that'd be quite a thing. And here's the saddest part of it. He was 34 years old. Only 34. John Cena is older than Owen Hart when Owen Hart died during this thing. So if you guys call John Cena the future still or whatever, yeah, Hart at this time was younger than a John Cena today. The cause was revealed to be internal bleeding from blunt chest trauma. Of course, this would lead up to the lawsuits. Now, you know, you don't see Owen Hart in video games. You don't see Owen Hart action figures, documentaries, none of that stuff. Because, obviously, Martha's a bitch. Just face it, Martha. You're a fucking bitch. I understand you're traumatized. I understand it should be a couple years. But now you're just being money hungry. And, quite honestly, you're selfish for being that way. Of course, if I was in your position, I don't know how I'd react, but at the same time, it's like, yeah. Let's see. Of course, the Raw, after that pay-per-view, was named Raw is Owen, which was pretty much a tribute, which is the way it should have been. Anything else that I need to mention from Wikipedia? Not much, but as I said, the blue blazer gimmick he decided to do again. Personally, I never liked the blue blazer gimmick, and this made me hate it even more. I always liked the Owen Hart, the King of Hearts, the better Hart, the more technical Hart, you know, pretty much saying he's better than Bret. I always liked that. And of course, if you did not know, interesting fact, from 1988 to 1989, Hart was the blue blazer before. It wasn't just a random out of the blue thing. They decided, hey, this ain't working anymore with Bulldog, or we're not liking the Jeff Jarrett Owen Hart team, so let's go ahead and make this guy the blue blazer again. It was the Attitude Era, so unfortunately it was believable, but just, it's sad. Just the thing that always kills me inside is who made the decision not only to do the entrance. I mean, they've done stuff like that before, so, okay. You can't really get mad at that, but who's the moron that decided, hey, let's make him the blue blazer again. Let's get this comedical superhero gimmick back on Owen Hart when this guy obviously has talent and he's still young enough to run for the World Heavyweight Championship. Because if you saw his last couple of matches, you know, his 1998 matches, he still had it. He was still wrestling just fine. There was nothing wrong with him. But, nah, man, that make too sense. Why would we do that? So what I'm trying to point out is whoever decided to really give Owen Hart the blue blazer gimmick back is a fucking moron. Let's see. Oh, here's an interesting fact. In his DVD set, Bretman hit the Hart, the best there is, the best there was, the best there will be. Bret said that he wishes he had been with the WWF, because remember, this is after the Montreal Screwjob, actually almost a year and a half after, right, the night Owen's incident happened, as he would have discouraged Owen from performing the stunt. And like, I think I already read this, but it said that Owen was discomfortable with going up because of the height. And you know what? I think Owen, or if Bret was there that night and Bret said, don't do it, Owen, don't do it, I think he would have done it. I really think that Bret could have convinced Owen not to do the stunt. Or, if Bret was still there, he would obviously be a bigger star. If John Cena doesn't want somebody to do something, they won't do it. If Randy Orton said, don't do it, man, don't do it, that's what will happen. So if Bret was there and said, I don't want Owen doing the stunt, that's my fucking brother out there, he probably wouldn't have the fucking stunt wouldn't have happened. And that just kills me inside. It's almost like the Montreal Screwjob was a sign that Owen was going to get screwed over. He drops, boom. We're not pushing Hart to the world title. Boom. You're sticking in tag teams from now on. Boom. Oh, wait. Tag teams are too good for you. You're still looking great. We're going to go ahead and put you with this crappy blue blazer gimmick. Boom. Oh, we're going to send you fucking in a little scafter that's not meant to lift humans, and you're going to die. Okay. Dead. That's it. Okay, I need a minute to breathe. Man, just... You want to talk about wrestling deaths? Here's the thing. Macho Man's sad. Yeah, Yoko's sad. Mr. Perfect sad. Bulldog sad. Ravishing Rick Rude sad. A lot of sad ones out there. But this is the saddest of all. One, he was young. He really was. Yoko was in his later days, unfortunately. Ravishing Rick Rude was in his later days. Perfect was obviously in his later days. Bulldog, he was still wrestling every now and then, but he was having a lot of heart problems, so he probably shouldn't have been wrestling at all. But Owen was still young. In his own right, he probably had at least till the end of the Attitude Era left, he probably could have kept wrestling till then if he really wanted to. So he still had that time, and just one of those things. I know this isn't the first thing you think of death, but as a career, Owen is one of the guys, top 5 definitely, maybe even number 1, that deserved the world title. King of the Ring winner, had one of the best matches of all time with Brett, the best WrestleMania opener, great SummerSlam steel cage match. Just these guys, anytime they stepped in the ring, they tore the goddamn roof down. When he was a tag team with Jeff fucking Jarrett of all people, he made a great tag team. Anybody teamed up with, it was fucking great. European Championship, he gave that belt any proposition or any value it ever had. Okay? And just the thing, just because the screw job, they don't want to push Owen Hart to the moon. Just because they're that selfish. Wow. Just really the point I'm trying to get through is whoever decided to give the blue blazer gimmick back to Owen Hart, you're responsible for his death. You honestly are. If it was McMahon, congratulations, you killed one of the best stars he ever had. Hell, even if he gave him the blue blazer gimmick back, fucking malfunction. It even says it wasn't meant for humans. The fucking guys that said, oh, I probably wouldn't use this if I was you, they'd probably still use it just for the comical effect or something. Okay, well, you know, that's it for this video. When I talk about Macho Man, when I talk about the Montreal Screwjob, because I'll talk about this instead of the Rivalry Review series, I'll talk about Montreal Screwjob in here. Hogan's sex tape will be a funnier one, thank God. I'll put that in a Wrestling Tragedy just to bring some light and comedy to this, you know, series, so it's not 100% negative, because I think that's a Wrestling Tragedy in my mind. Whoever has to see that. But this will probably be one of the more sadder ones I'll ever do, because this, even though I never really watched, I was like 3 when this happened, so obviously I wasn't really watching it. But just anybody who had to watch that, terrible. All the Hart family that had to watch that, oh my god, just devastating. And of course Owen, who had to suffer that, is just absolutely horrific. And that's why sometimes when they do shit like the hurricane, for example, I hope, oh god, I hope they don't do anything like this when they're trying to raise them. Because it's just, yeah, it's just terrible. But, yeah, that's about it for this video. If you want to like this, sure, just like this as an honor of Owen Hart, not as in the video, because obviously I don't want you guys to like Owen Hart being dead, if that makes sense. Like this for the fact it's a tribute, and you guys all out there should respect the man known as Owen Hart, the King of Hearts, the best Heart Tasteless Tony T. And of course, just comment below, you know, your favorite moments of Owen Hart, you know, how much you guys hate the blue blazer gimmick because of what happened and it didn't have to happen. And just really, just think about it every now and then, just around this month. Think about, wow, I can't believe this is the month that such a great man died. Not only Owen Hart, but Macho Man Randy Savage. It's sad. It really is. That's it for this video. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.